I'll start with a text from Masechet Baba Batra that reads, Rabbi Yitzchak said, anyone who gives a coin to a poor person is blessed with 6 blessings, but one who encourages the poor with words is blessed with 11. And I understood that to mean that it's actually better to be kind and offer words of comfort to a poor person than it is to actually give them tzedakah.
How do you know that that's what it means and it's not and? When you do both, you get 11. So it's actually less to encourage.
I mean, I think out of context you could read it either way. I had my interpretation of this text as meaning words are better than tzedakah. Does anyone have a conflicting text?
I do. I have text 11, which is from Exodus Rabbah 31:12, which in the translation here reads, there is nothing in the world more grievous than poverty. It is the most terrible of all sufferings. Our sages have said, if all troubles were assembled on one side and poverty on the other, poverty would outweigh them all. When a man is rich and has a poor relative, he does not acknowledge him. For when he sees his poor relation, he hides himself from him, being ashamed to speak to him because he is poor. I understand this text as meaning that nothing whatever can make poverty bearable, and that even if one person encourages you, it doesn't change the fact that you're estranged from your family and that you're ashamed of everyone you meet, and the only thing that can make a difference is giving you the money so you're not impoverished.
Well, I don't actually think that's a conflict, because I think that this text could also be just saying that it's not good for relatives to treat their poor relatives poorly. And so it doesn't actually have to come in conflict. Maybe if those relatives encourage them, that would be better.
Well, does anybody have a different text?
So I think, Ari, you have to take your conflict back.
Well.
I have a text that's more in conflict, I think. It's from Leviticus Rabbah 34:1-2. Blessed is he who considers the poor, from Psalms. Look carefully into the situation to determine how best to help him. And so what this text is saying, I think, is that it isn't one or the other. It's really looking at each poor person that comes to your door and saying, what is it that this person needs right now?
And so there might be, you're saying there might be certain situations where that's money and not kind words.
Right.
Do we think that's a good conflict?
I do.
Isn't REA's conflict much better?
Do we actually give a vote on this
No,
one?
let's vote.
So which conflict is, does anyone have another conflict? I don't know.
Well, I think only the 3 of you get to urge.
Okay.
Right, good point.
Who thinks the first one?
REA's.
Nope.
And who thinks Miriam Simmons?
It's more of a conflict. So
I guess we'll go with Miriam Simmons.
okay, so we'll put mine about kind words and maybe some about the situation in our folder.
Fabulous.